Hello everybody and welcome to Split 1, Round 11 here at Hockenheim for breaking BRL. Sorry for the late start, just some technical difficulties on my end. I'm joined once again today by the amazing person, Pogs.
Hey guys, glad to be back with you, Blue Flag. Sending virtual hugs for all of your missteps and problems.
Alright, and it looks like B-Dunk is in first place right now. It is an intermediate tire session. It is slick out there. And Deer has already actually crashed out. Unfortunate for him. I know this is actually one of his strong tracks, so we'll go on board with Aldifer, who's working on his hot lap. He's sitting in 8th right now, so he's sitting pretty comfortably. Well, sideways out there is so difficult.
It looks like they're putting a lot of laps on the same sets of intermediates. It looks like they put maybe 2 flying laps in is what they're going for in each set while they're out.
Yeah, and I think that's the combat, the fact that they are so cold when you start. Like you saw in Split 2 at Britain, those inters are so slick when they're cold, and you're just sliding all over the place, and you don't have that much grip. So I think it is smart for them to want to start on the well, to do multiple laps on them.
He had Venom spin out coming around the last corner there.
Oh yeah, and we do have New Zealand Venom, who is, I believe, a newcomer. He's our second Kiwi, as you would call people from New Zealand.
What do you know about him?
I know he's fast.
Okay.
That's all I know about this time. Adam, for some reason.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Adam was on the wets for a while. That's weird.
Yeah. Since we're on the subject of Venom and Adam, and the Racing Point and Haas constructors are 1-2 and so close, do either of them, do you think, have a chance to get some points for their team? Are they going to continue to rely on Chandler and Newton for all the points from him?
Well, I think that having New Zealand Venom will be a great benefit to him and the whole team at Haas to make sure that they get those points against Chandler and Adam and that constructors, because I do know New Zealand Venom has pace, and I do know Ham has pace, and that's what that team needs. They need people with pace to close that gap.
So, who do you like here? Who do you like in the rain? Who's stronger? Who's maybe a little weaker in the rain? Is it not going to matter? Is it still going to be Chandler and Ham and Hugo battling it out?
B-Dunk's he's actually done a quicker lap than Ham.
Yes, yeah.
And Chandler's just wiped them out overall. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting today. This track's definitely interesting compared to the others. So I think it's just gonna come down to how the race plays out. Oh, wow, New Zealand Venom in really sideways there.
He is having some problems. His debut.
We're gonna go on board with Ferrari now, who's on a flyer right now. Verona, he's been having some good results in the past few weeks. He's been doing better.
Yeah, he seems to be near the top of that midfield. Um, always
Yeah,
hanging,
more of like a
always battling fourth, fifth, sixth place. He's a guy with a lot of pace too. I mean, not that he couldn't challenge for the top positions. He just seems to get himself in trouble quite often.
Kind of has like a Carlos Sainz-esque. I think he might have bailed out of that lap actually, because he has put his ERS down to 0. As we're gonna go on board with Alan Hugo, who is not back gonna have a lap, because he's heading down towards the hairpin. Very, very tricky braking here. It's nice and flat. You have to get down in the first, quick shift to second, and then quick shift to third before finally going on full power into fourth, into the Mercedes-Benz Tribune, or grandstand as you would say in English.
Ooh.
Speaking of Alan Hugo, do you think that he can somehow pull off... Oh, we got yellow in Sector 2. What's that about? Oh! Sparky's off. Sparky spun out.
I can't even find... Oh, he's not hiding there in the corner. Oh, yeah.
Oh! Hugo gets a little sideways. He backs out of that lap. Unlucky for the Kiwi.
Do we...
So, back to Hugo.
Oh, sorry.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, do we have a weather report for the race? Have you inquired? Have you asked? Do we know what's going to... do we know if we have rain?
Oh, wow. Ferrari Nut's getting the softs on. That's definitely interesting. So we might have a drying racetrack right now. Let's go on board with Formula Rager, see what's happening. It doesn't look like there's a dry line forming too much. Or is Ferrari not expecting it to? Hello everybody, if you're watching, this is BRL Split 1 at Hockenheim. And it kind of does look like the track is drying out. I'm not seeing rain coming down anymore. Are we seeing people?
It looks like that's the play.
Yeah.
Now,
are we gonna see any?
How many cars do you think are going to wait this out until the last second and get the track as dry as possible before they come out on these soft tires?
Well, be in mind, it is going to be about a minute. You're going to have to try and get out within the next 40 seconds to be able to get around for a lap, considering that you're on the softs. They're going to be brand new on a damp, semi-wet, semi-dry, or as we call it, a damp surface. It's not going to be completely dry, so you're not going to have as much grip. So you have to take that into account when you're considering your outlap pace.
We have Dunk and Newton, Mr. Ham, both out on intermediate still.
Yeah, and Ham's actually about to do a flying lap, and I can definitely start to see a dry line. So I'm really curious if they're gonna try and get out on track. Yep, Skeppy's going on those mediums.
Yeah,
And then we have Formula Rager on the softs.
Yeah, Alan Hugo's out
So-
on the intermediates. It's a rainbow on the screen right now. It is a rainbow of colors out on track right now. We're about to find out who. I'm curious to see the first couple lap times here, and see if we can get like an intermediate run in and a soft run in. We'll kind of be able to tell to see who had the right choice here.
Alright, going on board with B-Dunk. He's still on inters, and yeah, he can use DRS on inters, and he is trying to find grip. There's definitely a dry line now forming on the race circuit. So I personally don't think that doing another flying lap on those inters was worth it. I think they should have waited and switched over to the soft compounds like everybody else.
Yep, Hockenheim.
But it looks like a lot of people are retiring for some reason. So we're gonna go on board with Skeppy now, who's on the mediums. Let's see how he ventures out. Oh, and Skeppy messed up.
Yep, he pulled off.
Oh, so did Adam?
Adam, yeah.
Wow.
Adam retired. This is a mess.
So did they pull it out? Is Chandler gonna make it? It's left. Chandler makes it on the flying lap, so he's gonna get that last flying lap. Wow, that's really, really shocking. So I guess it was more of in between the turnover zone. But now Chandler, definitely, I can see the dry line. It is clearly there. But how faster can he go? Or is he going to mess up as well?
Wow, this is a wild, absolutely wild ending to this qualifying session. There's cars all over the place. There's
Taylor has a chance to get up to P2.
Oh, yeah.
Be mine. Formula Ranger goes on pole.
Wow.
This is going to be a shake-up. Ferrari net goes on pole.
Wow.
Taylor down to Taylor third. What can Chandler do? Chandler's 1.8 up right now. I don't think Chandler has enough for pole. I think we're going to have Ferrari net on pole. Unless he's 1.8 up on Ferrari net. Let's see what he can do across the line. It's going to be second. Ferrari net is going to be on pole position. Great strategy call by Ferrari in that. Wow, yeah. That is shocking. So let's go and review your top 10 for qualifying. Be in mind, the top 4, set them on dry tires. The rest of them were on intermediate. So we got Ferrari net, pole position in the Alfa Romeo. Great result by him. Chandler, second position. Formula Rager in third place. Great result from the former Split 2 driver. Then we have Taylor, B-Dunk, Ham in 6th, Hugo in 7th, Sparky, Aldifer, and then Venom rounds out your top 10. Wow.
I wonder what the weather conditions looked like to them on what they were given and what kind of information they had, because it seemed like there was a lot of confusion there at the end of qualifying. But to have some different names up top, it really could make the race a lot more interesting.
Yeah, could we see some surprise podiums today, or even a surprise winner? You never know. Hockenheim is kind of a tighter track. So what do you think? How do you feel with Ferrari net P1? Great result for him in the Alpha.
It really, if he can open up a lead at the beginning of this race, that would be immensely beneficial to him because he has amazing pace, but sometimes has problems in traffic. And so if he can get out to any sort of lead at the beginning of the race, I mean, you really might like him to win this race. Especially if, the guys that are going to drier tires, say Rager maybe slows up some guys behind him, or, you know, we could really open up quite a gap, I think, at the front, while everybody's battling, kind of a little bit further down the field.
So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get the telemetry up for everybody. We're gonna have the tires. So, some interesting tire choices here. We got Ferrari nuts starting on the softs. Chandler starting on his mediums that he used in the qualifying. Formula Rager, and then Taylor. Those four have to use those tires. Everybody else could use whatever tires they wanted because they qualified on the inters. So you have B-Dunk starting on the hards. Ham as well starting on the hards. Hugo hards. Sparky on the medium tires. Aldifer hard tires. Venom on the mediums. Fern on hards, Adam on hards, and then Skeppy and Deer both on mediums. So only 2 soft runners.
Yeah, I have a question now that I'm looking at the tire selection here. Do you think it's possible they went out on inters because they thought their positioning was good enough and wanted to run hard tires?
That's I was about to bring that up. That is a real possibility, considering that they probably knew the race was going to be dry. And why use a set of tires when you could start on whatever tire you want?
I mean, this is going to make for an
race.
extremely interesting race. Who's your pick here?
I'm going to have to go with either Chandler or Ferrari Nut today. I don't know. We're going to be finding out as the last driver gets set on the grid, as we're going to get ready for 5 lights here at Hockenheim, as we're going to get ready to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the Hockenheim GP is away. Let's see who can get off to a great start. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Ferrari Nut on a great start. Chandler slots in the second. Fall behind by Rager, and then B-Dunk and Taylor having a battle for 4th. Oh, and Rager hits Chandler. I think Rager lost in. Yep, Rager lost his front left end plate. That's not good. As B-Dunk's is looking at Chandler. And B-Dunk doesn't make the move on Chandler. Oh, Chandler gets a little sideways there. Oh, wow.
They are battling on the opening lap here. But they've kept it relatively clean outside of, as far as I can tell, outside of Ranger here.
And look at Ferrari now, already extending that gap out. Exactly what he needed to do.
There's a yellow sector 3. Nothing I see.
So after the first lap, it's going to be Ferrari now P1, Chandler P2, Ham P3, Sparky P4. Is there carnage in the back? Oh no! Oh no! Adam's out! Oh no! Huge wreck in the back.
Skeppy got caught up in that as well.
Skeppy, yep, he's missing his entire left side of his wing. Oh man, Rager got caught up in that too. Rager's missing his front left end plate. Let's see if Memefern has any damage. Memefern doesn't have any damage, so that's devastating for Adam though. I know he hasn't been here in the past few weeks. And then he gets taken out on lap 2. Well, not even lap 2. He didn't even get past the start line, I don't think.
That little mix-up at the end of the field definitely helped Deer Hunter move into 10th here.
so looking at the position changes so far, as Ferrari net sets a 1:15 as he sets the fastest lap, and he's extending that gap still. We're looking at this battle for fourth right now, actually. It's a long, nice train. This is DRS. Oh, B-Dunk getting right on the back of Hugo there. Oh, and Hugo runs out. He runs wide. He's gonna go down the 7th. Skeppy gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lanes. Oh, and Rager pulls out right in front of Skeppy. It's a crazy start for Split 1 so far.
This 5, 6, 7, 8 right now is quite something to watch. They are in very tight quarters.
Yeah, all less than a second from each other.
So, Blue Flag, when do you think Ferrari Nut, being the only soft runner right now, is going to need to come in?
I'm not too sure, actually. I'm not quite familiar with the strategy around Hockenheim. I do think it is either, some people are gonna try and one-stop it, I think, with the hards to softs, or hards to mediums. But I think Ferrari Nut might have to do a 2-stop. Unless he can really stretch those softs and hards. If Sparky locks up, his B-Dunk's gonna have a little bit of a run on him, I think. Nope. And the train from 4th to 8th. So, Pogs, what do you think of the start so far? Who's surprised you? And who do you think is going to probably gain the momentum over this race?
Well, I think the most surprising part to me right now is B-Dunk gets a 3-second penalty. The most surprising part to me right now is the fact that your top 3 runners on lap 5 out of the race are all on 3 different sets of tires. You have Ferrari not leading the race on softs. You have Chandler 3 seconds behind on mediums, and you have Ham 3 seconds behind Chandler on the hards.
Oh, and B-Dunk makes a move on Sparky for 4th.
He's got it too.
B-Dunk's starting to lag a little bit as he's weaving across. That might be a little. Oh, and Hugo makes a move on Venom. Oof. His buddy. These two are best friends. And he just made a move on him. Look, kind of easy. He may have just let him go. Oh, but New Zealand Venom's not going to give up. Is he going to try and make a way around his friend again? And B-Dunk's starting to chase down Ham.
Yeah, both on the hards. B-Dunk looked pretty good even though it was on the rain. He looked pretty good in qualifying.
Looks like B-Dunk's gonna have some DRS and some ERS to burn. Can he gain any time on Ham? Ham's on medium ERS. Oh, and look, he's gaining on Ham. Is he gonna make a move and the hit at the hairpin? Is he gonna try and cut on the inside?
Oh,
nope. Ham. Ham cuts that off immediately. Oh, and Sparky and Hugo battling it out for 5th. He's going to try around the outside. Hugo can't get around him. Sparky defending that position well. But Hugo's going to try again into the stadium section. Oh, he touches him. There's contact. Hugo loses an in plate.
That's unfortunate for him.
I think it might have been he didn't expect him to stop, go when
And
the
he's
brakes
coming
are
in
really.
now.
Hugo dives into the vents. Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate, especially being on the hards. You don't want to have to come in on lap 7. Now, you did see Hugo make a charge back through the field last week, but it's a little bit tighter around here. So I don't know if he'll be able to make that same kind of charge in this race.
Deal. Well, it is a harder track. As B-Dunk gets around Ham. He's done it. He's gotten around Ham for third. B-Dunk moves into P3. Not what Ham needs. He needs to be up there with Chandler.
Yeah,
He was starting to make.
Yeah.
So Chandler is actually starting to gain back time on Ferrari net. So it seems that those softs are starting to wear out.
So, blue flag. Ideally, if you were B-Dunk and Ham, you would like to not be battling one another, correct? You'd like to be trying to close that gap up with Chandler and maybe working together a bit here for, for the next 6-7 laps or so until the people start pitting. Is that correct?
That would be ideal. You do tend to, if somebody's right behind you and they have DRS, you want to work off each other and try and gain momentum to the car ahead. I know that's what you and I have done in Split 2 multiple times. And yeah, it tends to work better, and you tend to do close the gap when you do work together. We also saw that happen at Split 1 in Austria.
Chandler is running down Ferrari right now. These softs are gone. Gone.
Yeah, I think Ferrarina is going to pit this lap. Yep, he has his green wrench. So Ferrarina is pitting this lap. So I'm curious to see what tire he fits on. Because B-Dunk can now see the top two. As Ferrarina is gearbox is covered all over by that racing point. So Ferrarina goes straight into the pits.
What do you think Ferrarinet's going to come out at?
I think he's gonna go for the hard gamble. We'll see right here as he heads into the Alfa Romeo pit box, and it does look like the hard compound he is putting on, or no, it's the softs or hards. It's glitching. Okay,
It's glitching.
Ferrarina does put on the hards.
Yeah. He's gonna come out right behind me for,
Hugo sets the fastest lap. He is behind Ferrarina. Oh, and Venom gets around Taylor. Or is Taylor trying to get around Venom? We got a three-way battle for fifth here. Make that four-way with Alderfer coming out of nowhere. But right now, Venom in a Toro Rosso sandwich. So Pogs, do you think they're Deere and Taylor are gonna try and use team tactics of Venom to where Taylor can get ahead of Venom and then Deere and Taylor can drive off?
I wouldn't say so. They seem to both have I don't see that one or the other is like significantly faster than the other. Although Deere has quietly snuck up into 5th place right now after did he start P13?
It was P14.
P14, so he is very quickly in 10 laps.
Oh, and and Taylor looking down the inside. Oh, and Alderfer just overtook Taylor out of nowhere. Daniel Ricciardo. Lick the stamp and send it. Amazing move by Alderfer.
It looks like Ham is struggling a little bit right now too. He's all the way back into fourth now. He's almost 7
Which is really
seconds off of
surprising.
Chandler. Yeah.
Now the real question is, can Ferrari not under? Oh, and Ham gets a little sideways. Can Ferrari not undercut Chandler?
You know, he has some space. There's nobody around him right now, so he does have some clean air. But then, you know, so is Chandler. I guess it really depends on how long Chandler's going to keep on those mediums and how much they wear out, and how much time he starts to lose towards the end of his stint.
It looks like Venom got. It looks like Aldifer got past Venom. So I guess his mediums are starting to wear out just a tad.
Would you say this is about the time we're going to start to see the hards come into play? I guess so, because Chandler's in the pits.
Yep, Chandler probably going for the undercut. Looks like. Look at that, Sparky up into P2 beat on taking the lead of the race on the hard compound. But yes, I do think we will start to see the hards coming out.
Ooh, here they go. Oh, man.
Oh, and
Just
Ferrari
passed
not
him.
got him. Just got him. Got the undercut done on him. Great job.
I believe Ferrari Nut has about 9% left, and Chandler's had over 90, so I would assume he's going to try to very quickly get past him and then open his gap back up.
We'll see about that. So we're going to go on board with Sparky. Is he going to pick this up? I don't think so. It was a very early stop in my mind by Chandler. And so Chandler has more ERS than what Ferrari Nut does. Ferrari Nut has barely any ERS.
Mm-hmm.
So that could also be a strategy play.
I mean, you could just follow him around, take the free DRS for a few laps, and then really give it to him. But he's outpaced him so much that you'd think he'd want to make the move quickly and just open the gap. But
and Chandler a little bit slips up a little bit there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, the hard tires are gonna take a little bit to get going, though. So, Ferrari Nut does have his hard tires warm.
It looks like Chandler's going to probably be making a move. Yep, there he goes. Around the outside. Down into the inside of the hairpin. Ferrari Nut, nothing he can do about it. And it looks like Aldifer got himself back into that Toro Rosso sandwich with Taylor and Deere. With Venom, so Taylor got around Venom at some point. I didn't catch that, I don't think.
Yeah, you can. Right now, you can kind of see the folks that manage their medium tires real well, and the folks that kind of burn them up a little bit, because the folks that burn them up quite a bit are struggling.
Yeah, and you got to think about him. He's got to be struggling. He must have done something to those hards to be struggling, because now that train of 4 is right on his tail. Deer peeking on him. Can he make a move into the Mercedes Tribune? So, how do you think the race has been playing out so far? Who do you think is the big winners and the big losers of the race start so far?
I mean, the obvious big losers are is definitely Rager, who started what, P2, P3,
P3.
and took that quick trip to the back of the field in the opening laps. Also, it was also pretty unfortunate. Alan Hugo got kind of put towards the back.
Oh, and Deer's looking at the outside of. Is he gonna cut inside of him? No, he's gonna try and get a better drive on him. Going into the Mercedes Tribune corner once again. Deer trying to move on him. Is he gonna send it? Nope.
Oof. So
Ranger gets a 3-second time penalty.
Those are probably the two big losers in my eyes so far. I think obviously clearly, the big winner so far is probably Deer Hunter, who probably did not expect to make such a charge through the field. And he set himself up pretty decently. B-Dunk holding that a pretty nice gap right now on Sparky in first place.
Oh, and Ham loses a little bit. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry to interrupt you. You just went really sideways.
And the problem is, if Deer Hunter doesn't make this move, Alderfer is right behind him on the hard tires, so probably having a little more life left in them. And so if Deer doesn't... Ooh, there he goes.
There he goes around the outside. Is he going to try and cut on the inside again, or is Ham going to protect it? Oh!
Yeah, if he's not
he doesn't have the drive.
Yeah, if he's not able to make this move, he could...
Oh, is he going to get it? No, it's so close between the two. I know this is one of Deer's stronger tracks. So he definitely does have the pace here. Just still looking at the battle for P3. As Chandler's made his way past New Zealand Venom. And he's gonna join that group of 4 shortly. Well, 3.
Oh, Alderfer's off.
Oh, Alderfer. Oh no. Is he out?
He's ghosted at the moment.
Standstill.
He's coming back. And
yep, he's out. Alderfer's done.
Wow.
Chandler into 6.
Yeah, he was having a pretty good race for himself as well.
Yeah, tough break for Alderfer. So Deer got past Ham and all that chaos. Into P3 Deer goes.
Yeah. That 4 through 8 spot has been very tight throughout the entire race. I mean, it was only probably a matter of time before, something like that did happen in that group.
Absolutely right. Well, looks like Ferrari now starting to catch on the back of New Zealand Venom, as we're going to go on board with Chandler, as he can see the back of Taylor. So he is about to make his way up into... He's about to pass Ham. That's going to be heartbreak for him. Oh, I'm starting to see rain. Yep, there is rain droplets starting to drop on the track. We may be seeing a wet finish here today. So maybe that's why they're staying out so long on those medium compounds. They're waiting for the switch over to inters probably. Yep, and it is definitely raining now. So that is going to play a big factor into this race.
I'm sorry, I just missed that, Blue. Did you say you got me a weather report finally?
Yes. It's raining.
Do we know if it's going to rain for the rest of the race?
I have no clue, but I just saw it start raining on this lap, so it is definitely going to be interesting. It's adding another element to a already crazy race, which is something we just needed, don't we? Oh, and Chandler's going to make a move on Ham. And Ham has no choice. He's going to run him wide. But can Chandler get at the inside? And there goes Chandler. Great move by Chandler, but Deere's gonna Ham's gonna have the DRS on him. Is he gonna make him move back? He's barely pulling along. Who can outbrake? They're running too wide through the hairpin. And it looks like Chandler's gonna get the better run.
Blue Flag, I'm glad that you're a master of so many talents. Master of streams and calling races and meteorology. I appreciate you.
Yep, the meteorologist. So this is definitely going to turn the race on its head. With this rain coming in, it is starting to pick up a little bit. So are we going to see a real life Germany where everybody's just going off all over the place?
Sparky into the pits. What tires do you think he's going to go with here?
I'd say take the gamble, go to inters.
And
that's what he's doing. He's throwing on the inters. He's taking the gamble. Did he do it too early? If he didn't do it too early and he gains time, he has a really good shot at the win today. We're going to jump back to that battle for P3. Well, P2 now. And it looks like everybody's pitting, so it is going to be a little bit of a crazy time in the pits. As you got both Toro Rossos saying that they're coming in this lap, so that's definitely going to be interesting. I guess they're doing a stack stop.
Yeah, and it makes sense now why we have 19 on mediums, and why these mediums were being pushed so hard. I mean, more power to them.
Absolutely.
For being able to keep them going for so long, though.
But you gotta be amazed that these guys have started the race on the tires that they are, and Chandler still caught up to them with a pit stop. And there goes Deere. Yeah, that was close for Deere.
And so he's into the Deer Hunter in the pits. That's it.
I don't think it's raining hard enough. Let's see how Sparky's doing. Yeah, Sparky's kind of struggling out there, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a little too early for the inters. Sparky gets a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, in my mind, it's a little too early for the inters. Maybe give it another lap or two.
Yeah,
and they'll really start to pick up pace.
It's tough, though, because these guys were running 18, 19, 20 laps on medium tires. So at some point, they have to just bite the bullet and get on the correct tires that they need for the rest of the race. Even if it's going to cost them some time early.
Yep, and the rain is starting to come down even heavier now, so we'll see Chandler head into the pits now.
Let's talk about Beat Dunk for a minute. He's got an 11-second lead. He may be firmly
He may win this
race. Yeah.
He may win this, as he's about to lap Rager.
I mean, strictly on strategy. You know, I mean, he had pace. He had good pace in qualifying, but the strategy that he's had here has been amazing.
Yeah, I'm really, really surprised with how he's been coping with it.
Yeah.
He got it out to 11 seconds.
I will draw your attention, Blue Flag, to the 4th place driver currently,
Oh no, it's Alan Hugo.
who has snuck his way back up to 4th place with the top
I don't know
6
how this man
still
does
needing
it.
to go to inters. Yeah. Oh! Skeppy is off,
Flat.
and he is doing donuts out there. He is.
He's having fun.
Yeah,
He's had a rough race.
Yeah.
So can Hugo catch up to Ham before we switch to inters and get past him for yet another podium?
Ooh, Ferrari's in. Ferrari's in.
Oh, and Hugo gets
with
a
the
3-second
time penalty. That's unfortunate.
That's not what he needs. And on go the inters for Ferrari Nut. Oh, and he lost part of his wing. It's a wing change as well for Ferrari Nut.
Hunter is in front there. So at what point do you think the inters are going to be the best tire to be on?
Right now.
Or
right
do you
now.
think it is that we're already at
It's
that
right now. Ham just ran so wide. He's being so careful on the throttle. The time is now. As Hugo is catching onto the rear.
Sparky.
Oh, there's yellow. Sparky goes off. Where did he DNF? Crashed out.
B-Dunk's
in the pits. Is Chandler gonna follow him? Is he gonna try and stay out?
Yeah, you guys assume everybody's gonna follow him right now. Unless the weather report
Ham,
looks
in goes
real
Hugo.
crazy. Oh, there they all go.
Wait a minute. Taylor might have a good chance here.
See where they come out. Well,
Let's see where Taylor comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, Hugo got past. No, he didn't. Oh, bummer. I thought he got past him for a second. Here comes Taylor. What is Taylor gonna come out as? DRS disabled, so it is what you would say the golden time is. Taylor jumps Deer Hunter. And Ferrari now.
So, as long as B-Dunk is careful here on the next few laps, make sure to get some heat into the tires, doesn't try anything crazy, he is in great shape to win this race.
And look at his ERS too. He has so much ERS.
Yeah.
But Chandler has to be pushing. He has to know.
Well, 11-second gap on the inters, unless there's a major mistake from B-Dunk, is going to be an almost impossible task to catch up to him.
We never know. Chandler is an impossible man.
Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at, over a second a lap for what, 9 laps or 10? Yeah.
Yellow sector 1 and 2. Well, 2 and 3, I mean. Oh, and it's Skeppy. He's going slow. He's just letting a lap by. Oh.
I think
he's got wing damage, I think.
Yeah, I think it's...
Yep, he's done. I think he might be done.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him pull into the pits here and call the race. You got Hugo pressing Ham already. So,
jeez.
We have ourselves a battle.
Can he do it? Can he get 4 podiums in a row? It'd be definitely a sight to see. It'd be a good streak for the rookie as well.
He is... This is going to be a hell of a battle, I think.
And the rain is picking up as well.
Yeah.
This is like the real Germany 2019. Oof. Oh, and Ham runs wide a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Oh!
Oh, and Ham runs. Oh, Ham.
He is,
Keep it together, Ham.
he is feeling it heat
There
right now.
Oh, there goes Hugo. Hugo's going bye-bye. He's got him.
And
Up in the third
can you
place
slow down?
goes Alan Hugo.
Yep. There he is. Ooh, yo, sector 2.
And there goes Skeppy. Skeppy's out.
Gabby's out.
He's calling it a day. And so Chandler's dropped the gap down to 10.6 on B-Dunk. Oh, he wrecked it hard.
Skeppy?
He did.
Mm.
Yeah, he ran wide out of that fast right-hander and just slammed into the Pirelli boards.
So the
right in front of the Mercedes Tribune.
The other battle of note is Ferrari Nut all over Deer Hunter right now. Trying to work his way back up the field.
Definitely not the race he wanted.
No, he had such a good start to the race. It's gonna get him.
And down the inside he goes on Deer. Yeah. Nice clean move. He can Deer fight him back. No, looks like he's going to back out of that one.
With 3 seconds.
Ham gets a 3, yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick check of the penalties here real quick. See where we're at. So currently, one thing that we do need to keep in mind is that B-Dunk has a 3-second time penalty.
Did not know that.
So that is going to, give a little bit more hope here to Chandler as he comes down on him. You also have Alan Hugo, who picked up a 3-second time penalty, where I don't believe Ham has one either.
Ham has one.
Ham does have one. Yeah, Ham does have one. So they're going to be even there.
I thought Hugo had more than one, though.
Checking now. See one. I'm only seeing one.
Oh, so it looks like can Hugo hold off Ham for 4 podiums in a row? 3 of them will be, if he gets this 3rd place, 3 of them will have been 3rd places, and 1 2nd place, which I believe he got at France.
Yeah, some other things to keep in mind. I think I pulled out of the menu now. I think Taylor Clan has 8 seconds in penalties.
Oh.
And I don't
That
believe...
sees him dropping down to 7th.
Yeah, he's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane and 3-second time penalty. I don't think Ferrari Nut or Deer have a penalty. So that could drop him, back into the field. Blue?
Chandler down to 10.1. 10.0 on B-Dunk.
Blue flag.
I think B-Dunk's just yes.
I have a question.
Go for it, Pogs.
We have every week in the chat. We have overwhelming support for Chandler. It's like he has some type of cult following. You know anything
He kind of does. It's kind of like Lewis Hamilton, to be honest. He has some loyal fans. Canada King Racing. I could see you in the chat, Canada King. I know you're a loyal Skeppy and Chandler fan. But yeah, he has a very strong following with the limited viewers that we get in Split 1. Chandler is dead. Dad by Shocked XT.
Well, shout out to Chandler's Posse in the chat. Hope you all are doing well tonight.
Hashtag Chandler's Posse in the chat, please.
Hey, I will tell you, I am very happy to report that there is actually people watching this thing tonight.
I know, there's
been a great
people.
race for it.
It has been. It's been an eventful race.
Gone are the days where it's just me and Canada talking back and forth to each other. We're moving up.
Yeah, and me just talking to myself.
And you just talking to yourself. We're coming along in the world here, Blue.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Remember Canada King. Hashtag Chandler Posse. Because he's down to 9 seconds on B-Dunk. So he might... It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. As B-Dunk comes up on Formula Rager.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be real hard for him to overcome that. I mean, he would have to still get up to 3 seconds. Ooh, Ham is really struggling right now as well.
Yeah, he's 3 seconds down.
Yeah.
So it looks like, yeah.
I've watched him take some turns, and he is really having trouble.
Well, bear in mind, he is on a controller. Oh, and it looks like Hugh just ran wide a little bit there. So we got some Vettel fans in here, yeah. Well, ask us questions, we'll answer. So we have the text chat, we want to keep in communication with you guys.
So at least Ham doesn't appear to be under threat from Taylor because he is quite far back and has those penalties.
Most definitely. Who is your top 3 favorite drivers? So my top 3 would definitely have to be Chandler would be one, Ferrari Net would be another one, and then Formula Rager would be my third.
Is he talking about BRL or is he talking about
BRL Split 1? Or
I'm not taking any favorites. I'm not taking any favorites in BRL. These guys are all awesome. They're out here putting on a show for everybody. I'll tell you, in Formula 1, my favorite race drivers, I only have 2 of them. It's only two F1 drivers I care about. It's because they're the best on and off the track. And that's Lance Stroll and Roman Grosjean.
Lance Stroll. Oh, wow. You have an interesting combination.
They're the greatest
real
talent of our generation.
Real F1. Let's see. Real F1 would have to be... I'm a big Sebastian Vettel fan. I'll say it now. I heavily dislike Hamilton. Just going to say that now. I'm also a Leclerc fan and a Kimi fan.
You couldn't be more wrong, dude. Is there any driver you like to follow along with here? We're pretty spaced out at this point.
I've been following Chandler, just seeing if he can close that gap with 2 laps left.
Do we have to placate the Chandler posse in the chat by always following Chandler? That's the real question I need to ask, Blue. Ferrari Nut is closing the gap on Taylor right now.
Yeah. Looks like Taylor's gonna be down in 7th place, maybe even whatchamacallit, 8th.
Yeah, you don't want to see Ferrari because he does get in some trouble under traffic. You don't want to see him really pressing Taylor here and making some type of big mistake with just a couple laps to go. I mean, he's got to know the penalty situation, right? So,
yeah, I wouldn't pressure him. I would know that I would get that position anyway. So what would be the point of passing him?
Well, technically, I might not want to make it easy on him anyway. He may just want to try to make Ferrari not make a mistake. So.
So we got 2 laps left. About to be the final lap.
Ooh.
Alright, everybody, all 11 people watching this, I want you to put your driver of the day in chat. Driver of the day, everybody start voting. It's going to be chat's choice this week. Who gets the driver of the day?
Prove to me that more people watch this besides Chandler's fan club. Thank you.
There is 11 people watching this currently.
Maybe they're all 11 of them are on Team Chandler. We don't know.
Oh, wow.
All right. I'm going on board with B-Junk for his final lap.
So am I.
We have not talked enough about him.
He deserves more.
Yeah. He really has. He's been out front. He got the lead. He opened up that massive gap. He was on the right strategy. I mean, he just didn't do anything wrong. He did nothing wrong today.
Most definitely. Driver of the day. Make sure you guys keep on putting your votes into the chat, please. Driver of the day. Okay, so we got B-Dunk. Chandler.
And B-Dunk coming around the last corner.
Yep, and B-Dunk is gonna win. Split 1. Hockenheim. He has to be going crazy right now, probably. Amazing result for him today.
Chandler in second here.
Driver of the day.
Hugo got his 3 second there. Hugo back on the damn pole. Or back on the podium.
There he goes. Hugo on the podium again. Of course he did.
Ooh.
And Taylor's gonna finish. Where's Taylor gonna finish?
Oof. He keeps taking those hits.
7th.
And at least it stayed, yeah. I mean, at least he stayed ahead of Venom there.
And Meme Fern's gonna be the last driver to finish. He's gonna be finishing 9th today. Tough race for him. So it looks like they are voting B-Dunk driver of the day. So that is gonna round out your split 1 here at Hockenheim race. B-Dunk, a surprise win in my books. Didn't expect it today. Great job from him. Tough break for Ham. And Hugo back on the podium, and Chandler, well, you expected him up here.
Wow. So it sounds like the fan club thinks B-Dunk is the driver of the day.
Yep.
I would also
have to go with that. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody thought B-Dunk was going to be in line, maybe not even for the podium, but certainly not to finish the top of this race. And he went out and dominated. So I cannot wait to hear from him and see his thoughts on this race.
As we are starting to get everybody into the party so we can get those post-race interviews for y'all. So we got Hugo joining. Hugo, make sure you check your box.
Yep.
And we got B-Dunk, the race winner, coming in. B-Dunk, make sure you check your box. Chandler, you know the drill. All right, and then B-Dunk whenever you're ready.
Jack Mark.
All right, you're good, B-Dunk. So, B-Dunk, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is your first win of the season. You dominated the entire race. You definitely have to be feeling amazing after today. You got the strategy right. You dominated. You had a gap. Just everything went right for you today.
Yeah, everything went right. I mean, I wasn't sure about the tire strategy after qualifying because it was really mixed up from everyone on inters, and then you have the few guys that went out at the end on the dry tires to set those dry times. So I didn't know what to expect, so I tried to make the most out of it, and everything seemed to work in my favor, which, you know, first win in split one, I will gladly take it. Probably
Yeah,
my
and
today was probably my best chance of getting it.
it was a good job. And the chat and Pogs and I both gave you a driver of the day. So good job there. And now we're gonna move on to P2
Thank you.
Chandler. Chandler, you
Good job,
came
B-Dunk. That was
up
awesome.
from the.
Thank you.
Or Pogs, you want to ask Chandler his question?
No,
Actually,
you're go ahead, Blue Flag. Sorry. I just wanted to
okay.
give B-Dunk his proper chap on running a perfect race and a perfect strategy for this nonsensical race that
This
we just
crazy
watched.
race. Yeah,
So good
thank you,
job, buddy.
Pogs. Thank you, Blue Flag.
No problem. All right, on to P2 Chandler. So you had a pretty good race. You got past you didn't get past Ferrari now until he pitted, and then you managed to pull off a gap, and then you kind of performed a nice undercut right before that rain came. What were your thought processes of did you know you were gonna be able to catch back up to that front group by the time the rain came?
Well, I decided to pit early because Jeff told us it was 10 to 15 minutes away from rain, so I figured I would pit and I could take those tires as long as possible. I wasn't expecting to get all the way back up to first, but I figured that would be probably the best strategy. But then the rain came a whole lot earlier than expected, and I know probably shouldn't listen to Jeff, but I mean, there was nothing I could really do. Those mediums were going to struggle to get to lap 20 or so. But that race was pretty good, I guess.
Chandler,
Yep, and
I have a question for you. I need to know, do you know about your underground fan club? And is there a Twitter handle or some type of private chat where they can follow you and maybe interact with you and you can sell them autographs or things or merch with your name on it? Because I feel like you have a business opportunity here that you need to capitalize.
Shit, if I got a fan club. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Good race, buddy.
all right, and then Pogs, you can ask Hugo the final question to round it out.
Hugo, so you had some trouble at the beginning of this race again, and
Yep.
we said it was going to be almost impossible to work your way back up through the field because there was a huge train in front of you. Everybody was real close. And as we were following some other action, we looked over, we saw you were like P5, and then we were following some other things, and you were P4. And all of a sudden, here you go again, back on the podium for another race. How the hell are you doing this? What's going on here, Hugo? Tell
Well,
us
to be
your
honest,
secrets.
I'm just clueless. Like, I guess it was a bit of luck, but I don't know how I keep getting, going to the back and then somehow making my way back through. But yeah, it was a bit tricky because of what happened. I think what Sparky was trying to do was let me pass, but and I don't understand why they were defending, because I went down their inside, like I sort of faked to the inside, and then Sparky lifted off, almost to like let me go, but then that was when I was pulling in behind, and I lost my front wing, so I pit for the mediums, and my pace on those were pretty solid, I guess, and I went all the way to the wet stint, and then I had a pretty good wet stint, had good pace. My setup was sort of more aimed towards the wet, I ran higher ride height, and yeah, I'm actually very happy with that. I think that's like my third or fourth podium in a row, so I'll take that.
Fourth podium in the row.
Fourth podium, yeah.
Good.
All right, and that's going to round it out for Split 1 here at Hockenheim. Make sure to tune in Monday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern for Split 2 at Hockenheim. And then it is going to be Friday, same time, probably Pogs and I again, I don't know yet. And it's going to be Hungary. So make sure you stay tuned for that. This has been Blue Flag Pogs. Thank you for watching today, guys, and I will see